welcome back to another episode of Rural Canada A. I wanted to kick things off today by discussing this week's schedule. So you're seeing this video on the Monday. On Wednesday, you get City Skylines Netherlands episode, which usually airs on the Friday. But this Friday, you will get an episode of, or I shouldn't say an episode, it's not like a series or anything like that, but you all get a video of City Skylines 2. So City Skylines 2 video, the first ever City Skylines 2 content. And if you are seeing this video, there is a poll right now up in the community tab. I did one on Discord, so I'm going to calculate the results and go from there. But if you're seeing this video, there's a poll that's going to be ending at the end of this day, at the end of this Monday, about what theme you want to see me building in City Skylines 2, European or North American. So go vote in that poll. It's been up for the weekend, so you'll see it'll be from like a couple days ago. It should be the most recent thing though in the community tab. Let's talk about what we're doing today though. Super excited for City Skylines 2 video though. It's gonna be so dope. But let's talk about what we're doing in today's episode. So today we're gonna detail out another beautiful realistic block like usual Moose style, but then something random and kind of exciting and absolutely stunning. I'm really happy with this episode. Came out of nowhere. I just kind of went in with the idea that let's expand downtown. It's been nice being back in the downtown since the last few episodes, but why don't we go ahead and try to expand it? And it just kind of, like, I don't know, we were in downtown, and then the other big idea of the episode was like buses, right? I wanted to get bus in and at least get a line up and running. Maybe not detail the garage, but get a line up and running. And that kind of became the episode. So stay tuned, man. It's super exciting. It starts out, usual stuff. Here we go with surface parking, doing the usual deed. But a lot more happens in this episode. It's pretty dang exciting. And I kind of just was like, you know what? I'm enjoying this. Let's just vibe, and whatever comes out of it, and that'll be our episode. And it turned out much better than, it wouldn't have been bad if we just stuck in downtown, continued downtown, but I don't know, a cool thing just came out of nowhere. It was kind of awesome. So I'm going to come in here and do what I usually do, which is place in the parking lots, and then we're going to come in and cover it up with ploppable asphalt. And this is going to be an extension, sort of for these shops here, but you also got this huge parking garage from Gaseous Stranger, which is, I honestly think it's, like, I love the King Leno ones, don't get me wrong, and they've been so good for so long, but I honestly think that this one's probably my favorite parking garage, just because it reminds me so much of the cities I've lived in. Definitely looks like something that would be in Kamloops, and it absolutely looks like something that would be in Vancouver. But, for this being a series based in the Okanagan, it 100% looks like a couple of the garages here, like really, really close. Maybe a little bit bigger, but I don't even think so, man. It looks hella like rural Canadian. I love it, man. Gaseous absolutely killed it with that. So we're going to come in here and line up the ploppable asphalt just to get it detailed out so you can sort of visually see where the road markings would be and where vehicle traffic will flow to. And we're going to adjust that just to try and line it up with the parking garage there and the edges of the roads that we led into this one. Dude, like, even the base of that garage, man, I can't stop gushing over it. Gaseous is so damn talented. Like, what a beautiful, beautiful asset. The next thing that we're going to do here is come in with my very popular trick, creating custom sidewalks with just one click there with IMT. It's super cool. And that invert function for the corners, so useful. Man, that, like, I can't believe I didn't know about that. So there's a +/- button, right? And when you hit that, it inverts it. So if you ever copy and paste an IMT, like a copy from IMT, and it doesn't line up, like it's on the opposite side, you can just invert it with one click and then it's done. It's so cool. And I only found out about that like a couple months ago from doing this content, I'm pretty sure. It was like a comment like from like a video, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna adjust this one. I placed some markings before, but I think I tried the wrong lines and they were completely broken. So we're gonna come in and sort that and get that all changed up there. This is it's gonna be one of the most useful tips, like that custom sidewalk, and I use it kind of as like a barrier. It's like, okay, where am I working today? Line it with those custom sidewalks, and then that's the area that I'm working within, and then go from there block to block. It also ensures that I don't miss any, and we get all of it sorted. Came in with some grass there just to mark the edges. Trying to include a little bit more foliage. Don't want to create this kind of concrete wasteland. It's there's lots of surface parking, lots of concrete in downtown Kamloops, but I'm trying to avoid creating this wasteland of concrete and asphalt. Gotta add glimpses of green wherever you can. And that was just adjusting the edge there. I'm happy with that basic fit asset as well too. We have the YMCA, which is obviously the gym, but yeah, that basic fit asset, a more exclusive, which just means more expensive gym. That I don't know, just more expensive. It's like a gym's a gym at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it's not. I don't know. And then we're going to line this block here with a bunch of these trees, and that's the plain street tree, which has got to be my go-to. It is such a versatile, perfect tree. It works in any build, too. It kind of defies themes and just works with any type of city that you're building. And it's such a beautiful asset. Delmo absolutely crushed it with that asset. So heckin' good. And then we come with some planters just to add some detail there to, just to the base of it. Add a little bit of flavor to it, Coming in with my classic grass method there. And we're going to shrink those down a little bit. They were just a little bit too big. I do like going for the overgrowth to blend, the edge of the ploppable asphalt there. So have the grass come over the edge just slightly. But they were just a little bit too much. Gonna come in here, and this is gonna be my final touch that I do with all of these, which is decals. And decals add so much flavor to a build. Now, I don't know that I'm gonna keep up with these patch decals. It's not that it takes an insane amount of time. It's more so that the more I do this, the more I'm feeling it. It's the FPS. But I've said this before in episodes that it doesn't really matter what you do in this game. Eventually, even if you play vanilla, it will be a population that'll cause it. Eventually you're just gonna hit that limit where the FPS is just bad, and that's just how this game is, and it's something we all deal with, we all understand and accept. So it's kind of you're really just delaying it by avoiding certain things. The less decals you place, the less the FPS will be bad, and you just kind of delay it. And I like the look of the decals, so maybe we just do it everywhere. Those patch decals really do add a nice aesthetic to it. Gonna come in with a barrier to help guide traffic into the parking garage there, and then we just added a little planter, which was kind of nice touch. So it's at this point that I realize we're gonna do let's focus on the buses. That's gonna be the main idea, was to just do buses in a couple blocks of downtown. So we did our first block, and I figured let's do a bus depot, and I want it to be around the airport because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of industrial traffic there. So I couldn't find a spot near the airport that I thought would fit it, so I figured, okay, well, let's begin on this area that I'd been meaning to start 2 episodes ago. So let's branch this off and see what we can come up with. Coming up with a curved road off of that, and then we're going to begin our sort of grid intersection that you'd see in many, many small towns. So we're going to space that out there, get an idea for what I'm going for. And this was just going to be the base for where, some industrial traffic would sit. Maybe there's a Canada Post out here and other warehouses. But I figured there would be a community out over here. There would absolutely be homes here. So let's start with that. And we're using some new Smiley's assets. I don't believe that these are on the workshop yet. I believe that they are Patreon only currently. But they will likely be coming to the workshop pretty soon, especially with Cities 2 on the horizon. Absolutely gorgeous assets, and I included a brick McMansion there because you often see this one sort of family, per block type thing that invested a lot more into, invested a lot into their home for, I was going to say repairs, but a rebuild? I don't know, they built a mansion, And it looks really nice. It kind of blends in. So we placed it. Ride is officially the bus service provider for our version of the Okanagan. And super excited to get Ride up and running in this city here. Added in a bike road there because we talked about this last episode. I'm trying to get better at creating shitty, crappy, not good bike infrastructure. So I'm going to use that road, and I think at some point I want to come in with intersection marking tool to even paint it so that it's asphalt and not green. So it's just a bike lane with little to no marking, 0 intersection marking in the, intersection. So I've been trying to sort that. Yeah, because it's just something that I've been meaning to do more of. It's just bad bike infrastructure. So we're using these new buses here, and these will be the main buses for the city. And these are brand new ones from Blue Thunder. Again, I got early access to it, so I don't believe that these are out on the workshop just yet, but you could expect them pretty soon. Again, you know, a lot of these stuff that I've gotten early access to probably will be available to everybody fairly soon because of Cities 2 on the horizon, right? And as creators shift to Cities 2, I'd imagine that they'd be putting their stuff out more. That's hypothetical. I could be wrong, but I'd imagine that that's what would be happening. So I put a bunch of buses back here. It might be too many buses, but again, this is going to serve the whole region. Like, this would be hypothetically the bus depot. We're just going to do one. There's not going to be like multiple. So I'd imagine that it's not too many. Maybe if I remove some so it's not all full, like to sell the idea that some are out and driving around. That might help like a bit, but yeah, I don't know. It might be too many. It looks good. Like the end result looks good. So I'm not too, you know, concerned with it. So we're going to line up this broken fence asset by Ronix here to create the boundaries of this bus garage here. And again, this build, I know it seems basic right now, right? Like it's a cool idea. Little cool community that we're building. Got some homes in, got a bus garage up, detailing this up. Like it seems cool, but it gets even better. Using this rusty gate here, and I'm going to try to PO it. Get ready. Boom! It's a terrain conforming. So if anything conforms to the terrain, you can't PO it, which is every vanilla prop and a lot of things as well too. It's always heartbreaking when that happens. It's like, if you could just, you know, it is what it is. So I had to get a bit messy with the fence there. But everybody who's watching at this point in the episode right now, you saw nothing. Everything's perfectly lined up. I didn't mesh them together a little bit jankily. It's all perfect. You saw nothing. It's great. Also, I just remembered that I forgot to do, to line this with that weed overgrowth brush there around the edges of the fence. That would absolutely tie this whole thing together. That would be such a clutch move, but I completely forgot. So hey, editing moose, when you're seeing this, why don't you launch cities there and add that? So anyways, I'm trying to figure out what I can do here because I thought, you know what? We're doing decent for length time for the episode. So why don't we add something? And I found this Pizza Hut asset by Die Hard Hunter. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is it. It's the perfect asset for like rural Canada out here in the sticks, so to say. Ah, such a good asset. And I figured, okay, I can place it, and I'll just tell everybody in the episode that I'm not going to detail it today because we got to get bus lines in. That's the goal of the episode. But I said, you know what? I was feeling good. I was like, you know what? I think I can get this done. I'm feeling ambitious this episode. So let's see what we could get done. And then worst case scenario, if I don't get it done, delete the build, cut out the footage, and we'll rebuild it in the next episode. But I don't know. I felt ambitious, and we got so much more done than I thought. And I don't know that I'd say it's the most I've ever gotten done in an episode because obviously the airport, like that was a big one I was super nervous about. That I thought would be, I mean, I guess it kind of was a two-parter with some detailing and stuff, but I thought the actual build itself would have been like spanned multiple episodes. It still needs a lot more detail. We'll get back to it eventually. Airports are like my least favorite thing to build in this game because I know nothing about them. They're time-consuming. I never, you know, it's just, yeah. So I started with these two surface roads here for the Pizza Hut, and I figured, you know, like, we could come in and do our usual thing, which is going to be ploppable asphalt, line that up, do it that way. But I think, like, I didn't say like this part, but I started to realize that the heights are a bit jank, which is fine. Work with the topography. It ends up creating a more realistic city. It's great. But that's just not going to align too well with ploppable asphalt, which is the go-to when I do this method. So I line up these roads. It's also like super time consuming to do it this way. You get incredible visual results, but it's so damn time consuming with the ploppable surfaces. So I come in and I'm like, okay, this is probably the point at which, you know, I start to realize like the heights are a bit sussy. We're going to put a couple down. I look over at the bus depot and I see that the heights are actually significantly different. Like it's just, there's some height differences you can hide, trick the eye, but like something like that, no, it's not going to happen. So I figured, okay, we're tight for time as is. We got to get bus lines in. Let's just do parking lot roads. It might not look the best, but let's do it. And if I'm being honest, I think this method ended up looking better Like, I absolutely think that this ended up looking better. So we drag it in there. Gonna adjust the lines there using Node Controller. And already, I think you guys can kind of see, but like already, I think this is looking so much better than what I was attempting before. So I'm gonna line up the Pizza Hut to the, oh man, that, I gush over this, but I love all the asset creators so much. Like, look how cool this Pizza Hut is, eh? Man, memories. I didn't go to Pizza Hut too much as a kid. We weren't a big, like, I mean, you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King as a kid, but like we weren't, it wasn't like a huge fast food family. You know, like we didn't go all the time. Like, didn't even really go to McDonald's much as a kid either. Not that it's like that's a good thing, but yeah, I didn't really go to Pizza Hut much. I have some core memories that unlocked when I was looking at this asset, but I didn't go to Pizza Hut too much as a kid. Actually, there's only one core memory that unlocked for it. I think it was like a birthday party or something. Pretty sure. So we're going to come in here with the parking assets, add in some accessibility, park in there. And don't worry, we're going to adjust the accessibility on this so that they line up perfectly, because in some cases, symmetry is key. Although despite real world being like not symmetric, unless, you know, shout out to the Netherlands, but yeah, some cases you just have to make it symmetrical, or else, you know, your head hurts. Man, sometimes when I'm doing these the commentary for like the timeless portion, I often wonder, man, what the hell am I talking about? So shout out to the people that put up with Wild Moose. I do the commentaries usually for the time lapse in the morning. And I've been on this thing now, so I've been on this fitness journey myself. I'm down 8 pounds currently. Like, I've been super stoked on the progress. Yeah, making really good progress on a very aggressive fitness journey to hit by the end of the year. But I digress. I've stopped doing caffeine in the morning and looking for like natural sources of caffeine. So that'd be like foods like avocados, bananas, and it's like a different caffeine. But getting myself adjusted to that, like no caffeine in the mornings. I don't know. You get an interesting moose on the on the commentary now. It just kind of, you know, it is what it is. It's no caffeine moose has. I've learned that I use humor to cope when my body is craving caffeine. It helps me forget the pain of not having caffeine. Anyways, let's talk about what the heck we're doing. My God, the tangents. Distractions. I think I get that from Imperial Jedi. So I'm coming up with the surfaces here, and I realize, okay, the surface is going to be a pain no matter what, because this wasn't perfectly flat. And while I do agree that respecting the topography results in really cool realism, some points like this, for the detail, you just got to flatten things out. And it was just a slight adjustment, right? It was only off by just a small amount, but we come in here, we're going to adjust the height of the medians here, like our custom sidewalks, and now the grass can fit in there perfectly. And even then, it like cuts in a little bit on the median, but just forget that you saw that, because it's fine. I make it, you know, I adjust it, and it's all good, and everything's fine. But I'm really stoked with the overall look of this. Like, I was worried. There's a lot of assets that I have that I'm like, oh, sub to it right away on the workshop. We're totally gonna use it. Like City Lights books from last episode, and then I've just never touched them. But now we finally get to. A lot of these assets are rural. I sub to them because they remind me of home. I mean, we have assets like this in Vancouver. No, we had the buildings in Vancouver, but I never get to that point in Vancouver because it's just obsession with like Vancouverism, which is only in the downtown. And we never really branch out to like suburbs. So I'm being able to like expand my skills and knowledge here. And do a lot of cool things, man, that I've wanted to for a while that I just haven't done, you know? So I love that. So we're going to come in here with those beautiful Ponderosa trees and Douglas fir at the back, and then come in with these sage assets that really tie any sort of desert build together. So good. So there's the Pizza Hut that we get in, but we're going to make one more expansion before coming in and doing the bus routes. I got ambitious. I got really ambitious in this episode. I think it's because like I saw this community coming together, and it's like, if the episode's gonna be longer, why stop creativity? You know, there is a thing like called writer's block that exists for this game, and I'm sure probably people listening to this can relate. Like, sometimes it just happens, man. You don't know what to do, or just you're not feeling inspired. And when you get those moments of feeling inspired, like, why stop it? So I was in that headspace of like, okay, if the episode becomes really long, sure, there'll be people that'll watch it. But if it's too long and that affects watch time, it is what it is. The last thing I want to do is stop creativity when I'm feeling it in this game. So I said, okay, let's just go for it. And the episode didn't even end up being that long either. It like literally fit perfectly for episode length. And then we got this really cool community that we can branch off of on. And this also helped with, like, I've been struggling to figure out how I'm going to do that special episode with those Smiley's assets that I personally reached out for. Also, too, a wild thing happened at this point here. I thought about cutting this footage out, and probably I should, but we're into we're into it now. And see, there we go. I start playing, but I paused there, which is a lot faster when the footage is sped up. My cat Salem, he was being super affectionate. He was being super, super affectionate and just wanted all of the attention. So I had to hold him and love him and you know, pet him. And that's what happened there. And it just, of course, he happens to choose when I was filming the footage. Probably I should have edited that out, but I don't know, man. Welcome to City Building. If you have a cat, they need affection. So we're coming in with our first bus route, and this is just going to be a downtown sort of service route. I don't know, express route maybe, that's going to connect the communities here in the airport to the downtown. Downtown will get its own dedicated bus route at some point as well too, once the downtown's big enough for it. And then I'm going to come in here and do a route that is solely dedicated to the airport, and it's going to be a shuttle bus route, and we're going to use a really, really cool asset. It's a Move It shuttle bus asset. Yes, the Move It cuboid. Which is super, super fun. And then I come in here and I figured, okay, well, let's do another super fun bus route that'll look great in cinematics. Let's do a bus route dedicated to the children. So a school bus route. But it's at this point that I realized I had been using highway roads because they don't have sidewalks. And that's a lot of suburban roads in the rural Okanagan. And honestly, I think most suburban communities, even in America and whatnot, they don't have sidewalks, right? It's just like dirt. But you can't put a bus stop on it. So that's kind of like a hindrance here. But, you know, we move it around, make do with what we can to at least have a bus moving around. Even if it doesn't stop everywhere that I want it to, we can at least have that visual effect, you know, of the school bus, you know, moving around and doing its thing. And so we're going to adjust the buses here. But fun fact, I actually use I do the wrong buses. So I do like a school bus for the city bus route and a city bus for the school bus route. But the Move It shuttle was correct. So that's cool. So there's the Move It shuttle, which I think I did. Yeah, I think I did get it correct. I don't know. There's a possibility. Looking at it now, bus line 1. Bus line 1 should be the city bus. Bus line 2 should be shuttle bus. And bus line 3 should be school bus. So even though I flipped them, it's still wrong. Wow. Okay, well, on that note, the time lapse is about to end and the live play is about to start. So why don't you enjoy this footage? I'm going to go contemplate that it's still broken, even in the cinematics. And yeah, I'll catch you. Oh my God. I'll catch you all in the live play. Also, I'm placing some cool warehouse assets. They're super hot. It looks dope. I'll catch you all in the live play. Yeah, see you in the live play. Welcome back, everybody, to the live play portion of the episode. Here we are in this random impromptu community that it's not really a community, it's kind of small still, you know, so far, but I didn't intend on building any of this, and it just kind of happened. I was vibing, so I was like, you know what? If I'm vibing, let's just keep vibing, yeah? And then this turned into like, damn, this was so much fun to put together, and I'm really happy with how it looks. And just another small little piece that's slowly tying this map and this build together. Really, really stoked on this. Here's the Ride Bus Depot. A bunch of buses parked out the back. This might be too many buses for a small town. But I'm thinking maybe this services, like if we get other stuff built, it, you know, services many communities, not just the city of Greenway. So I think it would serve like many purposes. Really happy with these warehouses too. They come pre-detailed, save so much heckin' time. Just plonk it, good to go. And then the Pizza Hut, eh? You don't see many of them, at least not in this neck of the woods. Many of them that are still kicking butt. Very happy with that. I've been wanting to use that asset for a while. Really happy that I finally got a chance to. But let's see if we can go out and find. Are they still doing? Yeah. If I delete, I want that road still. They're using this to turn around. It's dummy traffic. I got to figure out a way to. Yeah, it's because of that. Bet you if I do this, actually, real quick on the. If I do this. This got a little bit messy. I don't know. They'll probably use this instead. Hopefully. I hate what's going on here. It's just dummy traffic, so it just comes in, leaves at its best convenience. But yeah, let me see if I can find some of these buses. I want to find the one that goes to the airport shuttle bus, if I can find that. Bunch of garbage piling up. That's good. That's because I changed my game anarchy settings, so that's super good. Oh man, good to see those. Those small little planes. That's so cool. Airport's functioning. Things are hanging in. Things are going well. Nice. There's the fire that they're going to help out with. That's good. I don't see one yet. It probably would have been cool if I lined this up so that it was like ready to go. But I think they're gonna be around because I planned them to stop here. Right, I gotta turn garbage off in game anarchy again. I turned it off for a vanilla playthrough, or turned it back on, and now there's just garbage everywhere. Here it is. Yes. Okay. Cool. I was gonna abandon trying to find it. Move It Shuttle. So this is what we're using for the airport shuttle made by Blue Thunder. Obviously, Cuboid's Move It mod. Super cool, and I've never been able to like properly use it, and now we have a reason to. And so it's gonna drive between the rail, and I assume like maybe there's a hotel or something nearby, and the airport, and it's just gonna serve that, and that's just all it does, which is, man, really cool. The Move It shuttles. Oh damn, see, there we go. People get that's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. Can we sneak a peek? That's probably the fire that they're trying to put out. Can we sneak a peek at one of these school buses? Let's see. We got a school bus driving around the neighborhood here. I also learned that this road that I'm using, I was using this for more realism because it doesn't have sidewalks. It's a highway. Buses can't stop on highways. And so that ended up not being ideal. I think I mixed them up. Did I? Oh, no. Okay. Everybody, hang on. Just hang on. Why can't I see? I'm just going to turn all these on because I don't know which one it is, but I assume it's this one. Yeah, okay. So it's this one. So then if I do lines overview, here we go. I did mix them up. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll just go like that, and just go like that. There we go. So eventually, you will see a school bus driving around this neighborhood, which would be super cool. And then eventually, you'll see a not school bus roaming around the downtown. Well, again, things that Moose probably could cut out, but, you know, I like keeping this stuff in because welcome to playing City Skylines, you know? It's just how it is. Man, I'm super happy, too. Like, here's an overview of what we've done. The downtown's really starting to come together. Lots of the suburban communities over here. Here's some stuff that we did on a live stream as well, too. Built this really cool gas station. Been trying to figure out what I want to do here. A little, what's it called? Dari dip. Yeah, it's a cool asset. It's a cool little one. Yeah, we detailed this out on a live stream, a little Chevron gas station. And of course, it's got, I got to fix the parking here, but it's got the RCMP Messing with some homeless dude who's just vibing out the side of the Chevron, you know, classic Okanagan. I don't know. You see this in Vancouver too. But anyways, yeah, let's go back to where we were building today. We were all over the place today. It's kind of random, but yeah, this is what the school bus looks like. Super cool, eh? Isn't that awesome? So we'll just see that like roaming the suburbs. And then this bus that we have for like the city downtown is a new one. And I don't think it's on the workshop yet. I've had access to it for a little while, but this is a new one from Blue Thunder Ride. Looks really, really cool. Apparently it's got functioning axles or something. Yeah, here, functioning... I mean, you'll not be able to keep an eye on it, but functioning axles. Which is cool, and so off they go, and the school buses are off to do their thing. I'm really stoked on this little community. These graffiti assets by Spence, too, like, dude, they are so freaking good. They just add atmosphere to it, like just a feeling to it. Like, this is a cool community. I don't know if I'd live out here, you know, it's by the airport, lots of warehouses and stuff, and industrial, but I mean, you get a Pizza Hut that's nearby, and people seem to be really taken to it as well. Dude, it's even brought the G-Wagon out, eh? Okay. Okay. I'm vibing. Nice, yeah, it's cool. It's a little warehouse here, too. I don't know. I think it's awesome, man. I'm loving this little community. But, yeah, that's all I got for you for the live play. Just a couple things, too, before we wrap up this episode, though. So enjoy this beautiful view of the Pizza Hut. But this coming week, so when you see this video, I'll have decided what I'm going to go with. It'll either be a European-themed or North American-themed City Skylines 2, and that video comes out on September 8th. Now, in the Netherlands episode that came out prior to this one, I discussed that there won't be a Netherlands episode this week. However, I decided to grind real hard, and I love playing the game, so why not? And there will be a Netherlands episode coming out on Wednesday, so in 2 days, so you get 3 videos this week. Monday, today, the one that you're watching. Hi, everybody. Wednesday, and then Friday, so 3 episodes. And the Friday one is the big one, City Skylines 2. And I don't know what I'm doing. I will when the video comes out, but it's either going to be North American or European. And if it's North American, probably Vancouver's and where I'm based off of, but like... I love rural Canada, man. I love this series, and I'd love to just see if we can get a small town going, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we bring some flavor of rural Canada to cities, too. Actually, let me know, too. I'm going to be checking the comments and stuff on this Monday, so you just have today. Comment below what you want to see from my Cities 2 video. I would love to hear from all of you, because I'll be working on it on that day and sort of checking comments and stuff, but it'll be tight crunch time, but... yeah, kind of excited. As always, a huge heckin' thank you to my Patreon and Coffee supporters. Disney Dude 1, Shane Turner, Fish Bob, Hey Guy Buddy, Bragard, William Epps, the Yed _ Anthropophagic, the Jonah, Trevor Sabo, and Poplar Ponderosa. I appreciate the support so heckin' much. As always, remember, no matter what life throws at you, you matter, you are loved, you have a purpose. I'm a Canadian Moose, and I'll catch you in the next episode.